bridge and potentiometer. These two instruments are very important, theoretical, competitive wise also, both as well as for practical examinations. Here there are four practicals, 2 for meter bridge and 2 for potentiometer, and these are very important also. So first we are discussing Wheatstone bridge. Here this is the Wheatstone bridge, behind the name of the scientist. Why it is called bridge and what is this? Wheatstone arranged 4 resistances in the form of a bridge like this. Here P, Q, R and S. There are 4 resistances here. Across these 2 points diagonal, one diagonal, it connected a battery with resistor like this. Across this diagonal, C and D connected a sensitive galvanometer. So this is called Wheatstone bridge, behind the name of the scientist. Now, here either all the 4 or any one or 2 or 3 or all 4 resistances, if you vary current flowing through the galvanometer changes. Let us say there is a total current coming from the battery or cell. The same current must exit also, and entering to the circuit and exiting also the same. Here we will say current I1 in the resistance P and that I2. It means here at this junction A, I equal to I1 plus I2. Similarly here also, I must be this one, whatever entering current should exit. Let Ig current, which is the galvanometer current passing through the galvanometer at C. If we apply the Kirchhoff current law, here we are getting current I1 minus Ig, and here we are coming to the junction I2 plus Ig. So here we are getting the current I2 plus Ig. And if we add these two, Ig cancel out, I1 plus I. So this is the current distribution for this Wheatstone bridge. Please draw it. Hurry up so that I can explain. Just draw it. And minded, current direction must be very clear. While you are noting down, it should be correct. Okay? Noted down? Yes, Adit? Got it? Kunal also? Now, we are applying the Kirchhoff voltage law. We have applied Kirchhoff current law at A, B, C, D, like say. But now we are applying the Kirchhoff voltage law. If we are applying the Kirchhoff voltage law, a circuit must be closed. So here we are applying the Kirchhoff voltage law. KVL in ACDA, closed path ACDA. AC, DA. And one more, Kirchhoff law, Kirchhoff voltage law, in the path CBDC. This is also closed. Here path must be closed. For ACDA, if we are moving in the direction of current, it is drop. If we are moving in the opposite direction of current, it is voltage rise. Got it? So here A to C. If you understood this, Kirchhoff voltage law discussed in the last class, so you can apply Kirchhoff voltage law A to C, whether it is drop or rise. Anybody? Whether it is drop or rise. Because we are moving in the direction of A to C, so it should be drop. We are writing here IR. So what I say I, it is I1, R means here resistance P. It means here drop I1 P. Okay. Now C to D. It is Ig into G. What is capital G? It is the resistance. But suppose if we vary either 1 or 2 or 3 or all the 4 resistances, a situation comes. A very special case. In this case, current passing through galvanometer is 0. If it is so, it is called balance condition. It is possible only when if current is 0, if current passing through galvanometer 0, it is only possible potential drop across this galvanometer must be 0. If it is so, you can say VCD potential across this galvanometer C and D point 0. It means here VC and VD both are same. This is particular condition when the voltage of point C and D are equal, potential difference 0, then current passing through galvanometer must be 0. If it is so, we can say it is 0 now, Ig 0. In that case, no current passing through the galvanometer and CD are at same points, same potential, and VCD potential difference 0. So we are putting it 0 here. Now D to A. I have forgotten whether it is drop or rise. You tell me, I will not tell you. Please, anybody. D to C A, whether it is a drop or rise. It is drop or rise. It is rise. Why it is rise? Very good. What is rise? Because current is now in the opposite direction. In the direction of A to C, it is drop. Very good. Here 0 and D to A is voltage rise, not drop. Because we are moving in the opposite direction of current. Good. So here I2 and R, it is 0. It means here I1P equal to I2R. Let us say this is equation 1. Now we are applying Kirchhoff voltage law in the path CBDC. It is again closed circuit. So now C to B, it is drop. Region here, we are moving in the direction of current. It is the current I1Q drop. And B to D, again in the opposite direction of current we are moving. So it is the right I to S and D to C 0 equal to 0. It will give you I1Q equal to Y to S. Let us take this equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, if we divide, we'll get, say, equation 1 divided by equation 2, we'll get this result, I1P, I2R, and here I1Q I2S. It means I1, I2 cancel out. We are getting this result P by Q equal to R by S, or after cross multiplication, this is also true. Both are same thing. It is called the balance condition of Wheatstone bridge. This is the balance condition of Wheatstone bridge. Here, if this condition holds good, in all the questions in between also, we are getting the balance point, null point, sometimes called null point also, because there is no current passing through the galvanometer. So this is the balance condition or null condition of Wheatstone bridge. In any question, numerical problems also, if this condition is satisfied, remove this portion galvanometer. Even if it is connected, there is no meaning of it because no current is passing through this galvanometer. Even in place of this galvanometer, if it is, say, suppose any resistance is there, you can ignore it because there is no current passing through this, so there is no meaning of it. Although it is connected, but there is no current passing through this resistance or galvanometer or whatever it is. Got it? Should I repeat it?
Sir?
Yes, please.
So, sir, in question, if this ratio is equals to, so we have to take G equals to 0, Ig.
Yes, just remove it.
Okay, sir.
There's no meaning of whatever I cannot solve some problems also, so that you can understand how it is applying different conditions. So please note down this. And now we are talking about meter bridge. Initially, it is based on this circuit called say Wheatstone bridge. So you can say meter bridge is the practical Wheatstone bridge. Meter bridge is the practical Wheatstone bridge. Our working of meter bridge is based on this circuit Wheatstone bridge. Now we are discussing meter bridge. This is meter bridge. This is the meter. What is called meter bridge? Because we are taking one meter length wire here. So it is called meter bridge. Sometimes it is called slide wire bridge. Reason behind here, the contact point or jockey is sliding over the wire. That is sometimes it is called slide wire bridge. Normally meter bridge. So should I rub it? You have noted down, all of you? Kunal, Sikhar, Ayush. Should I rub it? Here, this is the same bridge, Wheatstone bridge. It is converted, or rather, meter bridge, just same slightly while performing the practical, it is slightly different like this. There is the copper strip. Here are the copper strips, because resistance of copper is very less. It is very good conductor practically, although theoretical best conductors are silver and gold, but because they are very costly, so we are using copper. Practically, it is the best conductor, not theoretically. That's why we are taking copper, and size of this area of cross section is more. So resistance is negligible. That is why we are using copper strip. Now let us say this point is say suppose A and this point is suppose B. and this is a wire here of length 1 meter. AB wire length is 1 meter. That is why it is called meter bridge. Now this is the gap 1, this is the gap 2. We are taking the here resistance box RB insert. So resistance, whatever resistance you are taking it out from this resistance box, the same resistance now inserted in the circuit. It means the value of this resistance taken out the key from this resistance box, it means it is known to you. It is known to you. Now, here an unknown resistance, whose resistance to be found here. So this is called unknown resistance. Let us say this is S or sometimes X also. No problem if you are taking as S or X. It is unknown. This is known to you. This is unknown. The unknown resistance. Now, AB, across these two terminals, AB, we have connected a battery like this. Here, if we are connecting this rheostat or no, there's no problem. Because at the balance point, there's no current passing through this. But certainly this current I, main current, drawing from the battery, it can be adjusted just by varying the rheostat. So if you connect it or not, no problem. Here, across these 2 points C and D, this sensitive galvanometer, so we are taking here at point C, and here this is the galvanometer, and this is the variable point, say it is called say J. Other than D, we are taking it as J. J is called jockey, which is sliding. It is a sliding contact like on this wire, can be slided. See at different point, if you touch it, the circuit will change. So this resistance and this resistance change, you can change this resistance also from the resistance box. Now we are not changing this because it is fixed value, so we can change only three resistances R and this resistance AJ wire and JB wire. Let us say if we are moving this jockey here and there, some point comes here at which at a particular point of this J here on this AB wire, it is balance condition. In balance condition, galvanometer current is 0. So this is the condition, balance condition of Wheatstone page or meter page is satisfied. Now R is you know this R, you know this S. But what is P here? It is the suppose L length from the left and A. At this point, we are getting the null point. So it is exactly, you can say it is equal to P, or what is the resistance of this AJ wire. Let us now discuss this. R is the resistance per unit length of this AB wire. So total resistance is resistance R per unit length into length AB. It means total resistance AB wire is small r multiplied by 100, because this the length here is 1 meter or 100 centimeter. So what should be the resistance of AJ wire? It is simply R into L. And what is remaining here? 100 minus L. Because total length is 100 centimeter. This is the L centimeter. It should be 100 minus L centimeter. Resistance of this is LR and resistance of this is 100 minus L into R. At balance condition or at null point, balance condition or null point, this condition must be satisfied. So here R upon S equal to LR upon 100 minus L into R. So cancel out this R, just 1 minute. If you cancel out R, you can get here S equal to, after cross multiplication, 100 minus L upon L into R. Here you know R, you know length also from the left hand. It means L and R, if you know, you can easily find out the S, unknown resistance. Okay, now you ask.
Sir, like in previous, like Wheatstone's one, like there were 4 resistance. So can you also
Yes,
name in this one, meter one?
yeah, definitely. R is this one, S is this one, P means AC means here, AJY, and this Q is this 100 minus L into this smaller. So this is the P, this is the Q, this is R, this is S. Here S is unknown. You can vary this, but you cannot vary S because you have to find out the value of this unknown resistance
Okay,
S.
sir. So, sir, from
So
this meter bridge,
these two are equivalent. This is called meter bridge 100% Wheatstone bridge. But practically, we are measuring, so it is called practical Wheatstone bridge is the meter bridge or slide wire bridge. Yes,
so, sir,
Pran.
so, sir, from meter bridge, we can find one resistance value.
Unknown resistance. So this is the meter bridge used to find out the unknown resistance. Yes, definitely.
Okay, sir.
And the resistivity also with the formula R is equal to rho L by A. If you know R, you know length, you know area cross section, you can find out the resistivity of the given wire. Resistance as well as resistivity both. Okay. Now, any doubt, any question here? So it is a simple thing. Wheatstone bridge and the meter bridge, really they are very simple. Just note down, we'll discuss some more points here. Hurry up. Hurry up please, because class is only 45 minutes now. Duration is reduced from 1 hour to 45 minutes. And we have to cover so many things. So hurry up, note down it. Okay? Note it down. Now, suppose this is the question given in this circuit. Suppose R is given something. So I am taking one numerical problem. Say in this question, R is the resistance of this resistance box, and suppose this is the unknown resistance S or X. The balance point comes here at 40 centimeters. Let in this numerical problem, suppose suppose S here, you do not know the value of R and S both. And balance point comes here, L1 is 40 centimeters. This is the first part. Say R is not given, S is not given. Then balance point comes here from this starting point left and from point A at 40 centimeters. It is given in the question. Now suppose if you connect a 12 ohm resistance in parallel. In second case, this is the 12 ohm resistance connected in parallel. In parallel, this 12 ohm resistance connected in parallel to unknown resistance S, then in second case, if 12 ohm is connected in parallel to S, unknown resistance, then L2 length comes here 50 centimeters. Find out R and S both. Because one condition can give you one unknown. That is why here in this question, two conditions and two unknowns R and S both. We have to find out R as well as S. And what are the two conditions? First condition, when nothing is connected in parallel, only R and S are there. From the left hand, from A, this is the balance point comes here at 40 centimeter. Unless until it is not given from the right hand, always take from the left hand. So L is given, that's why always take from the left hand this. Unless until it is given in any particular question from the right hand. Nothing is given here, it means always take from the left hand, means this is the value of L given. And now suppose if you connect here 12 ohm resistance in parallel, balance point comes here 50 centimeter instead of 40 centimeter. Or in other words, we can say this balance point shifted towards right. From this question, one can easily understand. Initially, balance length is given 40 centimeter. Now it is 50 centimeter. It means from the left hand, 10 centimeter it is shifted towards right. You got it? Question is why or towards which side, left or right, the balance point shifts. It means here, if we look the balance condition, R upon S is equal to this, or R upon S is equal to L upon 100 minus L. If this ratio decreases, this ratio also decreases, means L decreases. If this ratio R by S increases, this ratio must increase, which means as the value of L increases. You got this point? Hello? Note this point. It is very important here. We understand this. You can solve the numerical problem without solving the problem. What does it mean? You know whether this point, balance point, should shift towards right or left. Suppose here we have connected across this S in parallel. We know in parallel circuit, resistance decreases. It means this value R upon something, it decreases. It means S decreases here, so R upon S, this ratio increases, it means this ratio increases, so L finally increases. That is why if you connect here some resistance parallel to S, then length increases, means balance point shifted towards right.
So,
In other words, you can say now R is dominating to this in parallel. Suppose you connect some resistance, 12 resistance in series, then this will be increased. And this is dominating, it means balance point must shift towards left. The ratio R and S, suppose this R is in dominating, the balance point must shift towards the weaker one, means towards right. If suppose this is more, the balance point must shift towards the R. Got it now? It means parallel resistance connected to this, balance point is shifting towards right. If you connect this 12 ohm resistance series, balance point must shift towards the left. So understand, in parallel resistance is decreased, in series resistance increases. I'm taking one example, very simple example. 2 ohm resistance series, it will be 4. 2 ohm resistance in parallel, it will become 1. That is why it is shifted towards right. So in some other questions, because here in this class, we cannot solve so many problems. So I'm taking more cases in this same question. Suppose instead of parallel 12 ohm resistance across this shunt resistance as unknown resistance as. It means this is dominating, this is in series parallel decrease. It is decreased, so R is dominating. Suppose it is in series, this is dominating, it means this balance point must shift towards that. Now you can solve it easily, very simple. In first case, what is the ratio? R upon S equal to L upon 100 minus L. L means here 40, so 100 minus L is 60. It means if you cancel out or simplify, it will become 2 by 3. Equation 1. Now suppose R upon, second case, R upon S, what is S here? S and 12 and parallel. So R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. R1 means S into 12 upon S plus 12. It will give you 50 L upon 100 minus 50 is again 51. It means if you solve equation 1 and 2 very easily, R means here 2S by 3. Put it here. Who have divided this, R will cancel out, you can get S. Putting the value as here, you can get R. So if you solve R and S, R becomes 4. After solving, R is 4 ohm, S is 3. It means equation 1 and 2, just write equation 1 and 2 and simplification or solution of this equation 1 and 2. It is very simple, nothing is there. So you should know how to write these two equations and you can easily solve it. Got it now? Any doubt in this? In series, again L2 will be less than 40. Even then you can solve it. Instead of 50, right? Say 30 or 35, 30, whatever it is given in the question. Got it?
Excuse me,
So
sir.
you must know how to apply this rate balance condition in both the cases and you can solve it easily. Yes, Adit.
Sir, can you again explain the question? I was disconnected.
Okay, no problem. In first case, R is given connected resistance box, but we do not know the value. S is connected, and at the balance point length is given L1 40 centimeter given in the question.
सर ये R by S से समझा दो, R by S से समझा दो नीचे से, नहीं इधर से, हाँ सर,
यहाँ से,
हाँ
okay.
सर,
What is R by S? This upon this should be equal to this upon this. R by S is equal to L upon 100 minus L. L is given 40, so 100 minus L, 40 means 60. We are solving this 2 by 3, so R upon S is 2 by 3. Then second part, 12 ohm is connected in parallel. So here R upon this parallel circuit, R1, R2 and S into 12 upon S plus 12. This you are getting here 50, 50 means L, 100 minus 50 also 50, so 1 means here R by S is this, R upon this is this, just solve. Either you divide equation 1 by 2, you can get S, or you put the value of R is equal to 2S upon 3, put it here, you can get S and R. Simple. After writing these two equations 1 and 2, anybody can solve it easily. Even then, any doubt is there, just tell me, otherwise we'll solve another problem. I told you in series also, everybody say R upon S is equal to 40 upon this 60. Suppose S is connected in series, and then again R upon S plus 12 is equal to what? New length L2 upon 100 minus L2. You can solve this problem also. So whatever say twisting here in any question or any question can be solved easily on this basis only. Okay. Now if you are solving another problem, let us say of meter pitch. Or Bridgestone pitch. Suppose something in series and parallel, we can solve it easily because something is given like this: 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 6 ohm, and let us say 12 ohm, and here 100 ohm. These are resistance. Find out the resultant resistance or equivalent resistance between these 2 points AB. It is very difficult. It is really very difficult. Even I cannot solve it, or it will take very large time. Means say minimum half an hour. But if you know the application of Wheatstone bridge, so 2/4 ratio is equal to 6/12 ratio. It means simply you remove it. Then this is the question you can orally solve. How can you remove this one like galvanometer? Because it is a balance condition. P/Q is equal to R/S. If it is the correct, if this is the condition, satisfied balance condition, then if you remove it now 2 and 4 in series, 6 and 12 in series, and this is parallel. Now you can solve it easily. Should I solve or you got it? Okay? Gautam, Shikhar, can you solve? Or anybody is having doubt here? It is really very simple because now after removal of this in between resistance or whatever it is here, now this 2 and 4 series means R1 plus R2 means 6. And here 6 plus 1 means 18. And now 6 and 18 parallel R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2 like this formula. So you can solve it easily. Even someone can solve it orally. Initially it was very difficult for me also. But now it can be solved easily. Got it now? Got it now? Suppose there are some questions asked in the board, conceptual questions, or in Viva, why it is more sensitive when the balance point comes at the center or in between, in the very last vicinity at the center. Balance point is in between. Why it is so? Why it is called so sensitive or correct? It will give you less error because it is a ratio. Now we have used here the steps in meter pitch. Steps will give you less resistance. Even then the ratio here left and right, it will give you more and more error. But in between these are to eliminate it. It means it is desirable to have the resistance approximately in middle. Middle means say 40, 60, even 30, 70, okay, but not 10 and 90 or 15, 85, no. Got it? Because it will give you less error. That is why it is always desirable to have the balance point in between. It can be adjusted by taking the resistance R. Means whatever you are taking it out, it will give you the resistance balance point in between. Suppose it is not coming in between. Find out whether which one is dominating. R is dominating means towards right. Suppose 80, 80, 90. We are getting the balance length 80, 90. It means that R should be decreased. Or it is coming say 5, 10 like this. It means here we have to increase R.
Sir?
So by hit and trial method, you can get the balance point in between. It is always desirable. Yes, Aditya.
Sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, you have told that if P, like that relation, if P upon Q is equals to R upon S, we can neglect the value of Ig.
Yes. Because
So, sir, how
after
can-
neglect, listen, how can you? Suppose here, there is a galvanometer and these are the two currents, I1, I2. If you Ig is 0, then only you are getting the current I1 because I1 minus nothing is I1 and I2 plus nothing is I2. In this condition, we have proved or derived this relation. P by Q is equal to R by S. This is the condition or relation we have derived in the case of when this current is 0.
So, sir, how can you prove that?
We have derived this KI initially. At the very start, we have derived this relation by using this IG0. See this Wheatstone page. शुरू में ये किया था ना, देखिए.
Yes, sir.
Then why are asking this? How can you say? We have proved this. This is the balance condition. It is true only when the galvanometer current zero.
Okay, sir.
That is why we have removed it. If this is the condition satisfied, means current is zero. Current is zero, this condition can be satisfied
Okay, sir.
or proved or derived. Got it? This condition means here galvanometer current zero. That is why we have removed in this question numerical problem also. Got it? Okay. Now actually very less time remaining, so we cannot